Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. My name is Michelle Stone.
I'm Jenna Rose.
And this is a new edition of Fun and Games. We are joined here by a very special guest. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, sir?
Hi, everybody. I'm Troy. My voice was way deeper there. Super
We are so happy to have Troy. He came on my radar actually a few years ago, and then we reconnected at our Music City Movement show where he came, and I was super surprised to see him there, and I was like, we have to get you in the studio and interview you. So we're going to be playing a new segment today of Fun and Games. It's called This or That. And the object of This or That is basically to give two choices of something opposite that you have to choose from. And in this imaginary world, the thing that we don't choose disappears forever. So it's one of those things where you got to think, do I want this or do I want this? Which one's more important to me? So each of us will take turns and giving two options to each other. And, and then we're just going to, talk about music and talk about stuff. So, Troy, you want to get us started out and just kind of tell everyone about yourself as an artist, where you're from and, what kind of music you play, and let the people know.
I can just look directly at the camera.
You can look directly at the camera.
So my name's Troy. Like I said before, I'm from New Jersey, born and raised. I started acting when I was 11, actually, and I did Oliver. And I was the Artful Dodger in Oliver at the John W. Ingeman Theater in Long Island, right when the theaters went dark. So I did that, and then I did the world premiere of A Christmas Story, the musical, in Kansas City. And then after that, my voice started to change. And so I moved to New York City, and I was living there for a little bit. And while I was there, I actually started writing music. And all of it was bad. But that's okay. It was just writing. It was my way of kind of dealing with my emotions as a 14-year-old with so much life experience. That
Learning about yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. Which we're still doing to this day.
Yeah.
And I spent a year there. And then after that, I decided to go to California. And I went there and I started doing some film and TV, but always keeping music and writing always a little close to my chest, because it wasn't really for anybody else at that point. It was just for me. And I worked as an actor for 8 years. Wow. I was on This Is Us and New Girl.
Oh my God, you were on This Is Us and New Girl?
And Victorious.
Oh my God, I just finished Bones.
I'm so starstruck.
And that's Zooey Deschanel's sister.
Relax.
So cool.
Bones is a good show.
Dude, This Is Us, that's the dream that we all wish for.
Yeah, Mandy Moore's great.
She was in what was she in A Walk to Remember, where he's our love is like the air. You can't see it, but you can feel it. That got me. That really got me when they
has you.
It still has me. I was like, it is. That's incredible. I didn't know that you were such a big actor.
An actor, indeed.
An actor. You're not an actor. You're an actor.
I'm an actor, yes. With the Italian.
I don't know. What made you decide? What made you decide? Okay, I'm gonna focus on music instead of acting, because it seems like you have the personality to where you would want to act. You're very what's the word? Exuberant, full of life, kind of, which is a good.
Those are good words.
Good drama theater kind of personality.
I like I said, I always wrote, and I took voice lessons when I was 12, and I've been taking them every week since then. And I kind of just was writing. I was writing for me, and I would record stuff on my computer and Logic and just make stuff. And unbeknownst to me, I wrote a song. Well, I wrote the song. I knew I wrote the song. I wrote this song called Mistake. And unbeknownst to me, it was kind of passed around and landed in the lap of my producer, Marty Fredrickson.
Shout out,
Marty. And he was like, hey, man, why don't you come to Nashville for 2 months? Come for the summer. It'll be fun. Meet you. I was like, sure. Yeah, it sounds great. My aunt lives here, so I decided, you know what? I'll go hang out with my aunt, go spend some time with Marty.
Had you been before?
I've never been to Nashville before then. My parents live in Atlanta, so I would go to Atlanta all the time. Mm-hmm. When I moved to California, Dad went to Atlanta, brothers went to college, so we kind of just all over the country. And so I was here for 2 months, and then I just never left.
Yeah, I identify with that.
Yep. I was paying rent in LA for a full year.
Wow.
When I wasn't even living there. because I was not going to throw
That's
my roommate under the bus.
Wow.
Because we love you, Michael.
That's incredible.
Another shout out there.
We're just racking them up.
Did you moved with your parents to New York at 14, or what? How did that?
Yeah, so my brothers were in college, kind of when I was that age, and I was driving to New York every day with my mom. My mom and I would drive to New York all the time, and so they kind of decided, well, let's just live there for a year and see what we can do.
Wow, super supportive.
Yeah, they're great. They're the type of parents that were just like, if this is what you want to do, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it right. And the minute you don't want to do it, we're stopping.
Aww.
And so it was like, okay, like
That's sweet.
we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, but that's a really good way to do it, because it puts the pressure on you, because you really have to think. Like if they say that to you, that the minute you don't want to do it, we're stopping, then you know the weight of that. Like that if you make the decision, if you throw a fit or tantrum or whatever, you have to understand the weight of your decision.
Yeah, it was like if you don't want to put your cleats on, we're not going to go to the game.
Versus like there are some parents in like show business stuff like that they just like really like, we don't care if you want to quit, we want you to, because they're like living vicariously. I feel like through their child.
There's different kinds of pressures like that. Yeah,
and it's often what you would do. Okay, so we are here to play a game.
Yeah, we'll play some games.
We're gonna play this or that, so I'm gonna go first. Body wash or shampoo? You gotta lose one forever.
I'm gonna answer because I know my answer already.
I know my answer too.
I think I would say get rid of body wash and keep shampoo, because you can use shampoo as body wash, but it doesn't mess up your hair if you use it on your hair.
Touche.
I mean, I'm assuming it doesn't mess up your skin.
I'm going to think about this in two schools of thought for a second. I would also go with no body wash, but just because I like having really clean hair, and like I like the way my hair looks with shampoo in it. But can you be as clean?
I think so. I mean,
I feel like it's kind of all the same.
If you use a scrubber,
I got hair on my arms.
And you can't do soap, so soap and body wash counts together.
If you use if you're scrubbing, like if you're not just using your hands, if you're using like a washcloth or something to scrub, like all you're really trying to do is get the dirt off.
Just and clean it, yeah. And since when you shampoo, you're not supposed to just like put it on the hair. You're supposed to like get in there.
Yeah.
Like
treat your body like a cast iron pan. Just grease it up a little bit
with oil and just leave yourself
let
on
it
the
just
stove for a while.
just let it. Okay, so we have.
What about you?
Oh yeah, so honestly, I mean, I'm with you both. You guys, like my hair is like really important to me, so I would say get rid of body wash.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be like super dirty, but
our hair will be
absolutely
fabulous.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
See, some people might disagree with us. They might be like, no, I'd rather keep like soap and body wash, and like, because your hair, I guess, if you don't wash it for a while, I mean, like I just watched this video of this woman on YouTube who she said she doesn't wash her hair but like every 6 months, and it looks so good, but
That's the
she's
whole thing,
gotten
yeah.
she's gotten so used to not washing her hair. Like I feel like me, like I'm so used to washing my hair, if I stopped washing it, I don't know what would happen. It might be dreads.
If I go 3 days without washing my hair and I like run the comb, like my wide tooth comb through my hair, I got a bunch of hair in the comb.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm like, and I get all like, oh my gosh.
I just had like a zoom out of first world problems.
That's like a full on.
There are some people right now in other countries that just like.
I'm not even eating.
I don't have food tonight. We're like,
Shampoo.
So I want to talk about some stuff with you.
Yeah, of course.
So, you have some music that you're working on right now. You're working on an acoustic version of your EP, Calvin Court.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Did you put out like another version of that album?
So the album's out. The EP, Calvin Court. It's on everything. Court is spelled out as well.
Court.
Court. Yes. And I just had this thought of like, you know what, I want to do an acoustic version, because there are elements of the songs that have like strings and a bunch of different things. But the way I play it in the Cul-de-sac, when I do these Cul-de-sac shows, it's just usually me and like 2 other people. So it's like, let's capture that. Like, what does that sound like?
Make it intimate.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
like, what does that sound like? And have it really get to the songs. And Marty crushed production on it. And so it's just going to be another like a formula of taking kind of what we did and just doing like acoustic stuff. So using a classical guitar to do solos instead of an electric guitar, and use like cajon and shaker to like create the beats and all that stuff, and just making it like as real as possible. it's just been fun. Yeah, just kind of doing it again and being able to
giving the songs a new personality.
give it a different version. Yeah, but it's still the same songs.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're also working on the Foolish music video and the lyric videos. So kind of tell us about like. I like the idea of lyric videos because a lot of people are doing that. And I feel almost there's some lyric videos that I like better than music videos because I'm like, what does this video have to do with the song? Like, it's distracting me. Yeah. Whereas the lyric video kind of helps you almost...
It gives you a better, more rounded understanding of the song because when you're... Especially when you have a visual tied to it, it's like a whole different... It's a whole different experience with the song when you can read the words along with while they're being spoken,
and then you know what they're saying.
Yeah, and you know what they're saying.
It's a simple concept, but it really changes the experience. It does. The song.
Yeah,
so tell us about that.
So the lyric videos are actually all done.
Oh, they're all done.
They're all done. I've just kind of been like timing them out of when I.
Do you make them, or do you have someone that edits? I'm gonna grab an Oreo.
I kind of. There you go. I went on to Fiverr. And which is kind of like an independent creator site.
Love Fiverr.
And Fiverr's like a gold mine for creators.
It's like creatives. Upwork and Fiverr are pretty good.
And so I kind of reached out to a few different people and was like, hey, give me different versions of these, and then I'm just gonna choose which ones I like.
I was on New Girl. Give me a version of my song.
I didn't go about it like that. I was very.
I just feel like if I was you, I would introduce myself. Look, I don't know who you guys are, but I was on New Girl. So I'm gonna need for you to leave the room right now.
I was Frankenstein for like 2 seconds. So everybody, let's relax.
Everyone's like, we didn't even say anything.
You'd be like, who is this guy? Yeah, so that's been cool. And then the music video I actually filmed in my parents' house. It was me and my parents, and we filmed this music video.
Oh my God!
And it was absolutely insane. It was like we had a fog machine. We had like my dad on a ladder with holding like a gimbal. And like my mom like with a fan like fanning the fog machine and
I want to see the behind the scenes shots.
It's just a bunch of like chaos.
Are they looking for new kids?
Yeah, there's 2 other ones. So like I'm the last one. I'm the baby. Like they're good. And now I'm just editing it. So we're just it's just in the editing process.
By the way, guys, I want if you're watching me eat my Oreo, leave a comment. Leave a comment about how you eat your Oreos. I like to open mine up and eat just the inside. Troy said he likes to eat just the outside. Jenna, how do you like to eat your Oreos?
I first eat the inside, and then it's in 3 steps. So it's the inside, and then one, and then the other. So
this is like kind of perfect. I ate the inside, you eat the outside, and she eats all of it.
I also need to like say that it's like I didn't just eat the outside just for fun. I tried not to eat dairy, and I thought the middle was dairy. So.
Right.
And then I just don't eat this because I'm weird. So.
Well, don't put it on the plate. We have to, if we're gonna eat those, like you just put it on the plate.
I'm like used to eating by myself.
We're gonna quarantine this half.
Yeah.
Of the plate.
Okay, Troy. So it's your turn. Give us a this or that option. Make it something that we can't live without. And guys, you can also leave comments on the video telling us what you would choose as well. So
yeah, we want your answers to the this or that.
Ooh, okay. Electricity.
Ooh.
Or toilet paper.
Oh my God, he's going in.
Okay, I know this is easy. Definitely electricity because I have a bidet. So.
And you use the electricity with your bidet.
And now we're talking first world problems.
No, that's not. Well, yeah, but you also. I don't think you need electricity for the bidet. You just need.
Oh, you just like.
How do you think the water runs?
Not on electricity. Your toilet still runs when your power's out.
I would have no idea about that.
I'm saying there's no electricity.
I don't think there's electricity.
So like electricity that is running. Like
all the pipes.
Well,
either way, my answer still stands.
It's still going to be that?
Yeah,
she
would still bidet, so I would have the
Okay.
electricity and I would be able to use the bidet.
Okay. How about for you?
I'm going to go with toilet paper because, like, I could live in the middle of the woods with just some candles.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I could survive. But, like, I wouldn't. I don't know what I would do with, like, I don't know. Yeah, definitely that because I feel like I could live without electricity because solar, you could power stuff solarly, like, right?
Well, you need the electricity in
Is solar...
The solar creates the electricity. So
it's not the. It's yes.
But
like
you can't have. You can't have electricity, even solar powered electricity.
No, that's.
Is this
electricity? It's electricity.
Yeah,
it's not the source.
It's
of
the whole. It's the whole shebang.
Yeah, I'm just still gonna go with toilet paper.
So like go back to like 1700s, but you have toilet paper.
But then I think, and I'm like toilet paper,
like
like toilet paper too, like it contributes to the waste in the world.
Let's say it's biodegradable.
Okay, yeah, toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. What about
Isn't
you?
all toilet paper biodegradable?
I don't know.
I think
I don't
it's
think
kind of
so.
made to
Yeah.
like disintegrate in
Yeah.
the water,
Yeah.
but that's not like super great.
No,
Like you wouldn't like drink that.
we're getting way in
Right.
depth. What's your choice?
You know, I think I would also go with toilet paper, for like being clean. But electricity, a lot of things run on electricity.
A lot of things.
You wouldn't be able to play your electric guitar without.
Wouldn't be able to do that.
You could do acoustic.
You wouldn't like traffic would be terrible because you would have like only one go with your car and you're done.
And I need the GPS. I can't function
Yeah.
without a GPS.
You would be.
Yeah.
I guess I would just have to buy a bidet.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know, at
we'd
that
all just
point.
have to buy bidets
We would have to buy
before we
bidets.
got cut off.
The bidet stock would like skyrocket.
On another edition of First World Problems, there's some people that are like, we don't have either. Oh my God, that's incredible. Okay, so actually, we're not making fun of people not having things. Okay, so we talked about your acoustic stuff that you're doing, your projects you're working on, your Cul-de-sac concerts. Let's talk about that.
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
My Cul-de-sac concert.
I'm saying it like I'm like I don't know. Yeah, tell us about that. Like you said private shows and traveling for shows. Like go into detail
So
about.
you've been doing a lot of house shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
And you have one coming up.
I did a few. I've driven to Atlanta a few times to do some shows. I'm actually driving to Kentucky next week to do an acoustic performance. That'll be fun. And but yeah, these cul-de-sac shows were fun. I kind of started doing them during COVID, where I saw it was like right in March or April 2nd to be exact. I saw everybody doing Instagram lives, and my dad was like, "Why don't you do one on the driveway?" And I was like, "For nobody?" He's like, "Yeah."
I'm starting to like.
I'm like,
love
"Are
your
you out of your
parents.
mind?" I'm like, "Are you guys crazy?" I'm like, "Because I'm gonna be singing to nobody." I'm like, and that's super vulnerable and
Right.
uncomfortable.
That is. Yeah.
And it was one of those ideas that like the minute it was like put into the universe, it was like I have to do this.
Yeah.
Dang it. And so I went out with a ring light and like my amp and a guitar and a mic, obviously. And I sang for like 30 minutes and I let my neighbors know. And then fast forward to July of last year, everybody's socially distanced. We had like 170 people in my cul-de-sac.
Wow.
And then for the release of Calvin Court, which is the street I live on,
Yeah.
where the cul-de-sac.
Oh, that's where the name comes from.
Actually, the manhole that's on the court, the cover, is the manhole in Calvin Court.
Huh.
That I kind of like photoshopped everything. And
If you're curious, he has a show coming up on Thursday.
So if you're in the Nashville area and you want to come to a cul-de-sac show and it doesn't rain,
And this airs
Come on.
tomorrow, so
Yeah.
you
in
have no
Franklin.
excuse.
you have no excuse. It's in
Like,
Franklin.
If you're not there,
Follow me on
this
Instagram
Thursday.
at Troy Doherty, and you have no reason not to come.
Yeah.
I'm going to be posting all this stuff there.
I love
right.
that you use your street though, because Lombardi Band, who is another
They
big
do
favorite
too.
of ours, they use their I don't want to like give people address where they live, but
But they use their address.
they
Well,
use
too
their
late.
they use their street name for their band, which I think is interesting because it's like you can get inspiration from like the smallest
Yeah.
things, literally where you live.
Yeah, and
Like-
and Calvin Court sounds nice.
It sounds like kind of like a brand almost.
Yeah.
And you're a brand, so
Thank you.
It all comes
it all-
together.
it's all coming together.
Full circle.
All right, Jenna. So it's your turn. Give us a this or that.
Okay.
Make it
Will
interesting.
you pass me the cookies, please?
Yeah.
She's like, before I get started.
Before I start, we must
Just outside,
prioritize. Okay, so my this or that is, I already know Michelle's answer, but what would it be this or that? Would it be the outside or the inside, now that you know that you can eat the inside and you've been spending this whole time eating the outside?
I'd still probably go with the outside, because if I was just eating the inside, that's like super weird. Sorry. Like it's.
I
Like then
mean-
you would just have two cookies. Like what would you do
Yeah.
with those?
Yeah.
At least if you kind of like you can scrape it and be like and it is.
I mean, can we see another slow motion of how you would scrape it?
like that. And then yeah, but you can. I don't know what you would do with it.
Isn't that the same for?
Like it's sitting on the table.
Right. That's what you would do.
Like you would have so many of those around.
Right.
Yeah, that's my life. That's.
Do you just have like cookies around? Like not in the like you don't throw that away?
She should have seen me at the party we were at Dustin's when I was just eating Oreos. Like I was literally going around after I ate them and just like throwing piles of.
I think I took yours.
I don't think you're allowed to say that you eat
I
them.
think I ate them.
No, I guess.
Maybe
not.
like I lick the middle of
But
the
see,
Oreos.
what if like Oreos finds out that I do that and they make a new cookie with just the cream, just for people like me? Because I know
How
we're
would they do that?
I know we're out there.
Is that like a that
You
wouldn't
would
be
just
a
get
cookie
a tub
though?
of.
You would just you'd get like a
Frosting.
big old case
Yeah.
of the frosting.
Sponsor me, Oreos. Send me a tub of frosting.
Or you'd be like buying the just a frosting.
Like a frosting.
Circle.
I just discovered a
Well, like a
really new
container.
good snack. You guys know Nutella and marshmallow? Like, so I just discovered a really good snack, which is very dangerous, where you can dip the Nutella in the marshmallow. And it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's just looking at me like,
so not.
people
my
look at me
speed.
like, Michelle, how are you 130 pounds? I don't know.
That's not my speed. I'd rather like cook chicken and have like brown rice.
Well, see, I don't eat meat.
I would rather make.
I'm a savory person.
But
also.
see, I can eat anything. It's not like I'm just eating marshmallow and Nutella all the time, you
in the
know.
middle of Oreos.
Yeah, I'm an Italian, so I love pasta's my favorite. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food. It kind of fluctuates. Kind of depending on. Yeah, I'm fancy using words like fluctuate. It kind of depends because over the past like few years I've kind of like cut out a lot of stuff in my diet because it just didn't agree with me. So I guess my favorite food now. I don't know. I really love like chicken thighs. Like, and that's so boring. And I love bananas. Like bananas are great.
I have a perfect this or
Answers
that.
I never would have like.
Yeah, they're so
like-
basic. They're so basic and boring, and I know, but it's like chicken thighs are great. Way better than chicken breasts. Way better.
No, dude, I'm a huge foodie. I love cooking, but I have a this or that for you now.
Okay.
Chicken thighs or bananas? I know my answer because I don't eat meat.
Yeah,
so.
you would go with bananas.
Or as
know-
we call them, banana.
Do we? Do we call them bananas?
I did that once on a date, and he was like, "Oh my god, you're so cool. You say banana," and I was like.
No.
Like I accidentally said it banana instead of
And you're
banana,
like, I don't.
and he thought I was like so fancy, and so from that point on, I felt expected to say banana,
You don't.
and
You
I
don't
was
have to
like,
say banana.
I can't say banana now
have to
because he
say,
thinks
like,
I'm
tomato
cool, and
as
he thinks
well?
I'm cool and like exotic. It's
I think
like Italian or something like
I-
banana.
that's not Italian.
I don't know.
That's not Italian. I think I'd probably go with bananas. Bananas. Because if
Not banana.
not bananas.
There's British people watching us right now, like
Yeah, and,
Americans.
and bananas as well. Sure.
I want a banana.
A banana is
Banana.
different than a banana.
BANANA.
Yeah, because if you make like a smoothie, and there's no banana,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's all grainy and weird. Chicken thigh, I could substitute it for other food.
You can't make a smoothie with chicken thighs.
Okay,
I mean, you could.
I have to interrupt the
You
food
could.
talk because I'm really excited to talk about the other thing on our list of things to talk about.
What you
which
have to
is-
choose which one?
Oh.
Chicken or banana?
Bananas.
Banana.
I would choose chicken because it's like so prevalent in my diet. I do really enjoy bananas, but I don't eat them as often as I always buy them every time I go to the grocery store.
And then they just go bad.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much you can do with them though. Like they have so many different
Yeah,
uses.
but I
There's
don't think I
actually
know
ones in there.
I
The
know,
little,
that's what I'm
you
looking
see
for.
'em?
I'm looking for them.
Wait,
I'm eating
I'm
all the ones
changing
on
the
top.
subject.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
Jenna
your,
has. We have questions.
We're gonna talk now about self-work and
Oh, yeah.
what is this something that you've been
I don't know
working
what
on
It's veggies.
like all your life, or was this prompted by the pandemic, or what have you gotten out of your self deep dive?
And before you answer that, can you give us a little ASMR right there while you eat that? Because that's the same color as your pants.
And so, it's like I'm eating my pants.
Therefore
So therefore, we have brought to the conclusion that before you answer Jenna's great question, I want to
need
ASMR
you
into the
want me to
mic.
chew into
Yes.
the microphone.
That's what ASMR would be, yeah.
get up there close.
You got to get close. Like you're going to make out with it, but
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm uncomfortable.
Great.
Anyway, now I have to chew and get through this. Self-work and self-worth and self-love. I don't know if it was something that was always on my agenda, but in the past 4 years, maybe 3, it's been in the top 3 things that I focus on. I actually don't drink anymore or smoke anymore. And that was kind of one of those decisions of like, this isn't serving me. And I need to do that for me and not for anybody else. And that had me lose a few friends just because
the opportunities don't present themselves.
Yeah, and sometimes people get uncomfortable when you don't drink because they question why they do it.
Right.
And they don't like that question. And there's nothing wrong with other people drinking or doing that. It's just not for me. If you can handle it, that's enough. I guess if for you. But a lot of that kind of came from in that same kind of time period. I became very spiritual, and like it's funny how all of that culminates at the same time I started doing like music full time. Of like all of that kind of built into the same time period.
Was it at the same time, or did the music come first, or did the self-work come first?
It kind of just happened, like literally all at the same time.
Interesting.
I gave God an ultimatum. I was like, either you're with me or you're not, and you got to prove it to me. And he showed up, and I was like, oh snap, okay. And I decided to like journal and like really dive into what I was feeling about a lot of things, about myself, about others, about the food choices I have, about what direction I'm going in my life. And it was cool because it just so happened to be that music fell into my lap then when I was open to new things.
That's the way it
And
goes.
the synchronicities just clicked. And
when you're ready for it.
And yeah, when I'm ready to accept it, it shows up. And so that was kind of how it all happened, and even how this happened, just like, oh, me just saying yes and going for it and trusting in myself and trusting in others, because I don't think people are bad people. I really don't. I like to see the best in people. I don't get taken advantage of because I use my noodles sometimes.
That's where I need to
But
work on.
But I do see the goodness in people, and I also see that I'm no better than anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I'm the same. We're all one collective.
We're all one consciousness. I can completely relate to you because I recently also stopped drinking as well, and it was the same as you. Like, I've always been very spiritual, but it all happened very quickly, and it almost all happened at once. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop doing all this stuff. I want to focus on literally like just the same things you said, and you really find out who your true friends are because you find people that are like, they're so supportive. Like, like my close friends, they've literally told me like, Michelle, I like you better this way.
Oh yeah.
And then
I completely
support you. You're super supportive, and then I've had friends that are like, what? You don't want drinks? Like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I mean, you can still drink if you want, but I'm just gonna go out
with that.
And so you really find out how many people are supportive of what you do, and it's important because people are inherently, I believe, the same. They're good, because we get fed all this information that there's so much bad going on, but when you really go out into like the world, you're like, people are good. Yeah. Like, people are all really good.
They're all trying to do their best.
They're trying to do their best, even in the midst of all this chaos. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was like, something that everyone has in common is they just want the best for everyone. They want everyone to live a good life. They want everyone to be happy, and it's all being expressed in different ways. So we have to relate to that commonality.
Well, and a lot of people want to see themselves succeed.
Yeah.
But the thing about success is it's very subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, if I had this thought the other day of like, going back to my 8-year-old self and being like, would I be happy with who I am now? Like, did I become the thing that I was supposed to be? And, I thought back to when I was, 8, and yeah, all the things that I am now, I am that person. I couldn't think of what the other side of the coin would be when I was 8, of like what the bad things would be. All I pictured were the good things, because I was not gonna.
Which is being a child.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why
even
children
now,
are
it's
so
like if I'm
beautiful.
thinking when I'm 40, it's like, oh, I want to be doing this and I want to be doing this. I don't want to be like, God, I'm struggling to figure out like where to park my car on a Sunday.
I highly recommend for that kind of mindset. Something I did is I wrote a letter to myself at different stages of my life to open, to see like, so when I open at 30, I wrote a letter to myself at 30,
That's cool.
40, 50, and to see like, what did I say a few years ago? Yeah, I think that you should do that too. And that, I feel like that'd be something that'd be really good for you as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I
But
journal all the time and like write down my dreams, and it's so cool to like go back into that.
writing it down makes it real. Speaking of real, we are really out of time. So it's been really fun, Troy. You guys can find him at Troy Doherty on Instagram, and we'll put it in the link because I know it's spelling. I'm not good at spelling either. So we'll link it so you guys know. His show is on Thursday. And if you follow him, he has all that on there. Once again, we're the Underground Music Collective. I'm Michelle Stone.
I'm Jenna Rose.
We're back at home. Happy to be here, and we will see you guys next time.
Adios. Okay. My name is Troy, and this song is called Mistake. Spinning around again. You need someone to talk you down. You're wanting the touch of her hand, but she's not here no more. You're not here no more, so why you keep coming back? Oh, round and round and round we go. Round and round and round we go. Round and round till I can't see straight. Fall back into your arms for another mistake. Lying, you're lying so close to me. The breathlessness is killing me. Oh, and I just want you to leave, but I can't let you go. I wanna let you go, but who would I be? Oh, 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 round and round and round we go. Round and round and round we go. Round and round till I can't see straight. Fall back into your arms for another mistake. Go to someone else's arms, look into someone else's eyes, play with someone else's heart, mess with someone else's mind. Oh, touch someone else's hips, kiss someone else's lips. I'm done crying your tears again and again. When you won't cry for me, wish you would cry for me. But round and round and round you go. Round and round and round you go. Round and round till you can't see straight. Someone else's arms, someone else's mistake. Someone else's arms for another mistake. Oh, fall back into your arms for another mistake. How's that sound? Sounds good? Sounds good. this song's actually the first song on the Calvin Chord EP. It's called Unbreakable.
I reminisce about the good times that haven't happened yet. I think of all the places I would go if I could just afford it. And hey, I'm not gonna take it when they say I won't make it. I make it as the world gets warmer. People stay cold, they're just cannon fodder, chipping away at their souls. If you think I'm losing the fight, oh, I'll get back up, 'cause I'm unbreakable. I don't get hurt like I used to, 'cause now I finally understand. Oh, if I kept every promise I made to myself, I'd be a different man. Ooh, but hey, I'm not gonna take it when they say I won't make it. I'll make it as the world gets warmer. People stay cold, and they're just cannon fodder, chipping away. If you think I'm losing the fight, oh, I'll get back up, 'cause I'm unbreakable. Oh, 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 oh. I'm unbreakable. Oh, 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 oh. I don't need the pain and the sorrow. I won't give up on tomorrow. As the world gets warmer, people stay cold, and they can say I'm wrong, but I'm unbreakable.
Something like that.